a model of regulated or managed capitalism was introduced. And there were two key characteristics of this. The first was the introduction of new goals of economic policy. First, the idea that we need to achieve full employment, and secondly, we should try and achieve much more equal societies. And in order to achieve these goals, there were a whole series of new economic instruments were introduced. So there was, which basically meant that the state was to have a bigger say and a bigger involvement in the way the economy was run. Less emphasis on markets and more on state intervention. So there was more regulation, there were more controls over finance. And part of this process was the intervention of Keynesianism. Now, the role of Keynesianism was to try and make the economy more stable. The idea was that you could fine-tune the economy, that you could inject the economy with extra demand when the economy was faltering, and you could reduce demand when it was expanding. And that was one of the key elements of the model, but it was only part of the model. And of course, this period was also a period that was highly successful economically, in the sense that it had enjoyed high growth rates, it had high productivity rates for 2 decades, and historically it became known as the golden era. By historians have dubbed it in that way. This doesn't mean to say everything was perfect. I mean, there were plenty of glitches along the way. So there were, in the United Kingdom, there were a number of mini crises, stop-go crises as they were known.